We're going to read an article about Tour de France, and there's some words in there that we need to dissect because they're a little bit longer than we're used to. Most of us that are good readers, we know how to sound out a word, but poor readers don't know how to do that. They don't have that strategy. So we teach them dissect, and it allows them to separate the words in sayable sections, and then they blend it all together to be able to say the whole word. What is dissecting anyway? What do you do when you dissect? Break up words. If I had a frog, what would I be doing to it? Separating it apart. And then why do we even bother dissecting the words? How does it help us?
It'll be easier to read it.
Great. So we can hopefully read that word, because it's really a pain when you're trying to read and you can't read the word, and then you kind of get slowed down. You don't understand what you're reading because you don't know what the word is. The goal of the strategy is to be able to read words that look really intimidating, too long, teach them how to separate it out to be able to pronounce it. What is D for dissect? Discover the context. What is I? Good. Dissect stands for discover the context. I is isolate the prefix. S is separate the suffix. The second S is say the stem. So when they divide the word, they have a prefix taken away, or the other way, prefix, suffix, and the section in between they try to say. If they don't know how to say it, they use the E step. What's E? We had a little trouble with that before. We used to get it. And so they're playing with the middle piece of the word, not prefix and suffix. Separate that out. Hopefully they can say it. Okay, let's say I've examined my word and I still can't figure out. What's the next step for C?
Check with someone.
Check with someone, which some of you like to do instead of the dissect steps, don't you? They're like, oh, this word's too hard. I'm going to check with someone. I'm going to forget all the D-I-S-S-E. I'm just going to go to C. But that's not what I want you to do, right? What's T?
Try the dictionary.
Try the dictionary. Okay, so you have your article. We spent a lot of time memorizing the steps of dissect. We've done it over and over and over. That needs to be done before you can even do the lesson that I did today. They need to understand the steps. You're first having them use word lists, then you build to using it in maybe sentences, then you build to using it in paragraphs, then you're using it in articles. I see the word in, and I see the word term, terminate, determinate. Oh, determination. There's my word. I don't even have. First I show them how to do it. Then the next step is to have them help me out. Are you willing to help me dissect this one?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what I need to do.
Discover the context.
Okay, and could you tell from what you read what it should be? It's not too easy, right? So let's do the next thing.
The isolated prefix.
All right, do we have a prefix?
No.
Nope. What's the next step?
Separate the suffix.
Do I have one?
Ed.
Good. Do I have any others?
Is it AT?
Good. Actually, it's technically ATE, so I'll mark both. Very good. So how about, can you say the rest of this, the stem piece?
The eliminated.
Very good. All right, so we've dissected that word. Good job. So a great example of what I want you to do. And then we went to using the whiteboard, using groups. I want to see it big. And remember, remember you're finding words. Whenever you have three consonants together, right away look, do I have a sound in it? Because you know you can't have three consonants, right? I actually enjoyed being able to walk around and talk to all the students and say, why did you choose to do this? Let's think about this. What are the steps? How would you say the word? It was good for me to be able to see what they were doing individually. Okay, now that you've written it beautifully, I want to see you dissect it. Okay? Which one is the suffix? Shun, right? S-O-N, so we can get rid of this. And then we read the story with the words that they had dissected. The Tour de France is full of hazards. Some of the roads are paved with cobblestone. When it rains and the tour doesn't stop for rain, these roads become, anybody do that word? Extremely slippery, so that even a little mistake will send a rider sprawling, basically flying. I think they're learning how to be more in charge of their own learning. I've even had some say, oh yeah, in science we have these big long words and I use dissect to help me. So I really think the kids are learning. The teacher isn't the only one that has all the information.
I got it.